In the city of Vasburg, where the law was merely a weapon for the powerful, Elias Marrow had spent his life as a ruthless magistrate. He was the man people cursed in hushed voices, the one who upheld unjust laws, the one who never bent the rules for mercy. If someone was arrested, Elias ensured they were convicted. If a rebellion rose, Elias was the one who named the ringleaders, sentencing them to death. He was, in every sense, a villain, or so the world believed. Behind closed doors, Elias had spent years walking the razor's edge, playing the role of the cold enforcer while secretly shielding those he could. He altered evidence, whispered warnings, and ensured that the true revolutionaries, those who might one day change Vasburg, remained untouched. But it was never enough. The council wanted blood, and they were growing impatient. Then came the day they captured Leora Dane, the leader of the underground resistance. She was to be executed publicly, and the people would watch, helpless, as their last hope was extinguished. Elias knew the truth. If she died, the rebellion would die with her. There was only one way out. The morning of the execution, Elias called for an emergency tribunal. With the entire city gathered, he stood before the council and did the unthinkable. He confessed. "I am the true traitor," he declared. "For years I have conspired against you. Leora Dane is no mastermind. She is merely a figurehead, a scapegoat. If you seek justice, then you will execute me." Gasps filled the air. The council, momentarily stunned, looked at one another, then at the crowd. Leora, standing in chains beside him, stared in horror. "No," she mouthed, but Elias only gave her the slightest shake of his head. A lifetime of cruelty had made him the perfect villain. No one doubted his guilt. The council, eager to prove their power, seized the opportunity. Leora was dragged away, her sentence lifted. Elias was sentenced to die that very evening. As he was led to the gallows, the people of Vasburg jeered. They shouted curses, spat at his feet, and cheered for his death. And Elias, as he stood before the noose, allowed himself the smallest smile. He had spent his life ensuring justice in the only way he could. Now, he would die as the villain they had always believed him to be, and Leora would live. Years later, when the rebellion finally overthrew the council, they found records, secret letters, coded messages, small acts of defiance hidden within Elias's rulings. The people of Vasburg gathered in the same square where he had died, their voices hushed in realization. The man they had despised had been their greatest protector. His name, once a curse, became a legend. Elias Marrow, the villain who had saved them all.